fans, friends and subscribers, welcome. This is your host Ram, welcoming you to an exciting cricket happening show today. And the reason that this cricket happening show is going to be exciting is because of one of those wonderful matches that happened today. Even though it was not of much consequence, but I'm sure the crowd that had actually assembled at the Abu Dhabi Cricket Stadium would have got their money's worth. Well, how would you feel if you were to lose a match by 1 run? And that's what precisely happened to Pakistan today. Now, Pakistan were almost on the verge of victory there, and they had to just get 2 runs of the last over, which was bowled by Glenn Maxwell. It was for Sohail Tanvir to actually keep his cool and take Pakistan over the line. Just 2 runs required, 2 wickets in hand. And Glenn Maxwell, the run-arm spinner, was bowling. For Pakistan, it would have been they were chasing a score of 231, which was put up by Australia of 50 overs. And Pakistan, let me tell you, they were all out for 230, thanks to Glenn Maxwell picking up a double wicket, picking up 2 wickets in a double wicket maiden over. Now I'm going to really enact that scenario here. So the scenario is set like this. Pakistan are requiring 2 runs to win the match. The players at the crease are Sohail Tanvir, the all-rounder, and he was along with Mohammad Irfan. Mohammad Irfan was at the other end, and it was in fact it was Zulfikar Babar and Sohail Tanvir at the other end, and they had done all the good work. After Shahid Afridi departed, they really stuck to their guns very well. They really did a wonderful job in getting Pakistan so close. And look at what happened. Now this is the final over that I'm going to just give you a short cricket commentary. For Pakistan, as I said, even though it was a no consequence match, for Pakistan it would have been something to salvage the series, to prevent Australia from making a clean sweep of this one-day series, and this is what happened. Now Glenn Maxwell was the bowler. The first ball was bowled to Sohail Tanvir, and Sohail Tanvir is trying to slot sweep that ball, which was pitched outside the off stump. He actually misses it, and there is no run. So 5 balls to go and 2 runs to get for Pakistan. Sohail Tanvir is batting on 10, and Sohail Tanvir will be taking strike to Maxwell. Now, there's nothing to really worry for Pakistan right now, because it is just a matter of just getting a single. Probably Sohail Tanvir, they have Zulfikar Babar at the other end. So basically, both have been combining well. It's just a matter of taking a single and just rotating the strike, not to attempt any big hits. Now let's see what happens. Glenn Maxwell comes in, a very short run up to the wicket, pass umpire, bowls to Tanvir. Tanvir has actually got a big swing onto that. He has actually tried to swing the ball, and he's a goner. Maxwell has hit the stumps of Tanvir. This is a silly shot from Sohail Tanvir under the circumstances. 5 balls required, 5 balls to go, and 2 runs required of 5 balls. And Sohail Tanvir has tried to, Sohail Tanvir has swung this delivery, and he has actually missed the line of the ball, and it has gone to hit the timber. And Sohail Tanvir would be really cross with himself, because he has almost brought Pakistan to so close to victory. And here it is Sohail Tanvir attempting a very silly stroke under the circumstances. I'm sure the dressing room is really going to give him something here, because this was just a matter of just seeing off Maxwell and getting a single, and Sohail Tanvir is gone, bowled by Maxwell for 10 or 15 balls. And well, what is going to happen now? This is the last man, number 11 Mohammad Irfan, who is walking in, and Zulfikar Babar is the other end. But the thing would be that how would Mohammad Irfan, now Mohammad Irfan is a new player, so he could be under severe pressure now, and he has to give the strike to Zulfikar Babar. Can he give the strike? Now that is the thing which is on everyone's mind. So let's see. Mohammad Irfan comes in and settles down, takes guard from the umpire, waits for Glenn Maxwell to deliver his 3rd delivery. So now the equation is 4 balls to go, and 2 runs required. In comes Glenn Maxwell, bowls to Mohammad Irfan. Mohammad Irfan comes on the forward defense there and actually couldn't really connect. In fact, he just has he probably wanted to play a sort of a drive, but what he just manages is he just managed to actually block the ball back to the bowler. So now the pressure is building. Zulfikar Babar is having a word with Mohammad Irfan, but what is going to happen? Can Zulfikar Babar get the strike? If at all Pakistan need to win, it is for Zulfikar Babar to come to the striker's end. Can he come there? Now the 4th delivery, Glenn Maxwell comes in and bowls to Irfan. Irfan is going for a big shot there, but he has actually missed the delivery. It was a ball which was bowled wide outside the off stump. He has missed it. The wicketkeeper Brad Hadding has collected one more dot ball on the book now. The pressure builds. 2 runs and 2 balls. It could be anyone's game now. 2 runs in 2 balls. What is Mohammad Irfan going to do with the 5th delivery? Is he going to have a wild swing? That's the only thing possible now, because or he should be pretty confident to get a single to get Zulfikar Babar at the other end. Let's see what happens. Glenn Maxwell comes in, bowls to Mohammad Irfan. Mohammad Irfan goes for a wild swing at it, and he has once again missed it. That's another dot ball. Glenn Maxwell has bowled 5 balls. He has bowled 5 dots. He has picked up a wicket of Sohail Tanvir, and now Glenn Maxwell has 1 more ball to bowl, and he has to see to it that he does not bowl a no ball, and Mohammad Irfan will be taking strike. So one thing is ensured now, that Zulfikar Babar is not going to be on strike. Now all that Mohammad Irfan can do is try to swing the ball. He is going to definitely having a wild swing at it, and if the ball connects, the ball is going to sail over the fence or into the fence. But well, is that going to happen? Now all eyes on Glenn Maxwell and Mohammad Irfan. The Abu Dhabi crowd is buzzing here as in comes Glenn Maxwell. That is a ball on the stumps. Irfan has had a wild swing at it, but what has happened is the ball has gone up. It's taken the outside edge of the bat. The ball is high up in the air. The man at cover is coming under it. It is James Faulkner who is coming underneath the ball, and he takes the catch, and that's the end of this innings. A double wicket maiden over from Glenn Maxwell brings an end to the match, with Pakistan losing the match by just 1 run. Now can you believe it? They have lost this match by just 1 run. All they could do, they were 230 for 8 after 49 overs. They just needed 2 runs to win, 1 to equal and 2 to win, and they have finished with exactly the same score of 230 after 50 overs, and that's it. So the match goes to Australia. Australia make a clean sweep of the series 3-0, and for Pakistan, let me tell you, after doing 1 man, they would be really cursing right now, is Sohail Tanvir. There was no point in going for a wild slog when you had the match in the bag. Glenn Maxwell was bowling, 2 runs to get off of a full 6 deliveries. Sohail Tanvir, all that he had to do was to probably get a single, get Zulfikar Babar onto strike, and Zulfikar Babar could have taken a single. Why on earth should Sohail Tanvir attempt that stroke? One knows it's a no consequence match, but at least Pakistan could have salvaged something out of this 1-day series by having the series end at 2-1. But unfortunately now the scoreline is Australia have made a clean sweep of this 1-day series 3-0, and they definitely deserve to do. And what bowling from Glenn Maxwell. I mean, that is splendid bowling a double wicket maiden over to actually win the match for his team. And Glenn Maxwell to me would be the man of the match. Yes, he is the man of the match, and the man of the series has also been decided, but let us see who is the man of the series. I'll come back to that later. Now, since I have already taken you down to the excitement and told you, now let's do a summary of what really happened at the Abu Dhabi cricket ground. Well, as I said, for Australia it was just a matter of doing the formalities, as they had already won, and they just had to just go through the their motions here. Now this was a match which was played at the Abu Dhabi, at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium here in Abu Dhabi. The toss was won by Australia, and Australia without any hesitation chose to bat. Now they didn't have a good start. They had their best start, in fact, of this 1-day series, where both the openers Aaron Finch and David Warner put on 48 runs for the first wicket. As far as Pakistan was concerned, Pakistan today decided to rest Misbah-ul-Haq, the captain, and Umar Akmal, and it was Shahid Afridi who walked out with George Bailey for the toss at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium here in Abu Dhabi. Now, the first wicket to go was Arun Finch, who actually tried to chip a ball from Anwar Ali, and he chipped it in the hands of the mid-on fielder Mohammad Irfan for 18 of 34 balls with 3 fours. But as I said, this was the best partnership that the Australian openers had, with David Warner stroking a very, very fluent 56 of 63 balls with 6 fours and 1 6. And I thought Pakistan were doing a fine job, because they was once the opening start was gone and David Warner was gone into the pavilion after making a very, very useful 56, it was left to Stephen Smith to really, I would say, steer this Australian innings, because Stephen Smith had to be watchful when he did that, and he did that very well, because what the problem for Stephen Smith of Australia was that he was not getting support at the other end. They started losing George Bailey's wicket to Mohammad Irfan for a duck. Glenn Maxwell made 20 runs for 22 balls with 1 4. And then Phil Hughes was LBW bowled Sohail Tanveer for 5. Haddin was run out for 2, and then suddenly there was pressure building on Australia, and the runs were really, I would say, throttled by the Pakistani spinners, Shahid Afridi, Zulfikar Babar, and then it was left to, and then Stephen Smith, as I said, was the one who actually steered the Australian ship towards a score of 231 for 9, with a knock of 77 of 105 balls with 3 fours. After that, Faulkner was the one who actually got the momentum to the innings towards the final stages by contributing 33 of 42 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Stark was out for 5, Richardson not out 9, Doherty not out 1, 231 for 9, so 231 for 9. But one thought that was not a score. One thought that Pakistan had definitely done well to actually restrict Australia to 231 for 9 over the 50 overs. Let's have a look at the bowling card from the Pakistani bowling. Mohammad Irfan today, for a change, was very costly. His 10 overs leaking 61 runs with 1 wicket to his name. Sohail Tanveer, I thought, was the best bowler today. He really was the best bowler according to me, because one was the good thing about Sohail Tanveer was he was moving the ball both ways, was getting the ball to wobble, and he was also bowling in the right areas, and he also picked up the wickets. 10 overs, 1 maiden, 40 runs and 3 wickets for Sohail Tanveer. Anwar Ali, I thought today he bowled with a bit of respectability. 10 overs, no maiden, 1 for 41. Zulfikar Babar bowling 10 overs for 42 runs, and Shahid Afridi bowling 10 overs, 1 maiden, 44 runs, and he picked up 2 wickets. Let's have a look at the Pakistan card. Well, Pakistan, once again, for them, after this Ahmed Shahzad and Sarfraz Ahmed partnership is something which is really clicking for Pakistan, and they would be very happy that the opening partnership is doing well. Once again today there was a decent opening partnership from Ahmed Shahzad and Sarfraz Ahmed, who took their time at the crease only attacking some loose deliveries, and everything was going pretty well for Pakistan. Both the openers, Ahmed Shahzad and Sarfraz Ahmed, had added 56 for the first wicket, and then Xavier Doherty was brought into the attack, and Xavier Doherty immediately responded with a wicket for his captain as he clean bowled Ahmed Shahzad for 26 of 41 balls with 3 fours. Asad Shafiq came in and started giving company to Sarfraz Ahmed, but then Sarfraz Ahmed was out. There was sort of a misunderstanding when running between the wickets between him and Asad Shafiq, and he was a goner as he was run out by a Stark Haddin combination for a very well made 32 of 39 balls, 2 fours. Asad Shafiq was the one who was actually holding the innings when they lost Fawad Alam, who was taken very well by Stephen Smith of the bowling of Xavier Doherty for naught. That made the score 80 for 3. Asad Shafiq was along, and this was the partnership which started once again reviving things for Pakistan, because the score was 80 for 3 in the 18th over, and Fawad Alam departed. And then there was really, as I said, the Pakistan's hopes were really revived by this very good partnership which happened between, the partnership was between Sohaib Maqsood, who was pretty cautious in his approach, Asad Shafiq, who was actually playing in both ways, in the sense he was also stroking the ball, and he was also seeing to it that this partnership was really pushing the score along. And the score went on to 154 with a very good partnership of 74 runs, and things were looking good for Pakistan at that stage, with the score on, chasing 231. They were at 154 for 3, and that was the time it all started, with this partnership being disturbed when Kane Richardson forced Shoaib Maqsood to mistime a delivery, and he was gone for 34 or 46 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. And after that, Asad Shafiq, after collecting a 50 of 73 balls with 5 fours, was LBW bowled Faulkner for 50 of 73 balls with 5 fours, and then Shahid Afridi walked in. Now this was the time they had 2 new batsmen at the crease, Shahid Afridi and Umar Amin, but Kane Richardson plucked the wicket of Shahid Afridi for 6 of 12 balls with 1 4 to increase the pressure on the Pakistan team, which made the score 174 for 6 in the 38th over. But they still had some batting to come, but probably I would say not as experienced. There were no experienced batsmen to come at that stage. But then Umar Amin and Anwar Ali were at strike, and then when the score reached, when they reached the 200 mark, they were still doing it. They had taken the score to 200, past the 200 mark in the 45th over, and that was the time once again the Australian bowler struck. It was Umar Amin, the first to go, clean bowled by Mitchell Starc for 19 of 27 balls with 1 4. Anwar Ali was also gone to the bowling of Faulkner for 14 of 28 balls with 1 6. And then suddenly the score was 208 for 8 when Anwar Ali was gone. But then Sohail Tanveer and Zulfikar Babar once again changed things for Pakistan with a very good, in the sense, a very slow partnership of 22 runs, where they decided to just rotate the strike. Sohail Tanveer hitting 1 6. But what was good about it was that Zulfikar Babar was giving good support to Sohail Tanveer, which was good to see. And from 208 for 8 when Anwar Ali departed, that was in the 47th over, 22 runs were required, and Sohail Tanveer was there, hope was there for Pakistan. And Sohail Tanveer and Zulfikar Babar, I thought, also played well. He really blocked well, and saw to it that Sohail Tanveer was getting the strike, and both of them had done a good job in taking the score onto the 50th over, and with only 2 runs to win. And then, as I told you, dear fans and subscribers, as I told you earlier on my cricket show, when I started, I took you to the excitement of that over. It was a Glenn Maxwell, a double wicket maiden over, which clinched it. But let me tell you, the culprit was definitely Sohail Tanveer. It was 2 runs to win. To attempt an ugly slog of the bowling of Glenn Maxwell was absolutely unwarranted at that stage. It was just a matter of actually blocking the delivery and just trying to get a single, get Zulfikar Babar onto strike. And after that, one never saw, when Sohail Tanveer was gone, on the Australians saw to it that they never got Zulfikar Babar to the striker's end, and that's what enabled them to actually win the match. And Australia not only winning the match by just 1 run in the 3rd one-day international here at Sheikh Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi, but going on to take the series 3-0. So it's a clean sweep. The player of the match went to Glenn Maxwell, and the player of the series undoubtedly was Stephen Smith for his very wonderful batting display that he did in the one-day series. Let's have a look at the bowling from the Australian bowlers. Mitchell Starc, I thought he was on the money today. 10 overs, 1 minute, 1 for 33. It was a disciplined bowling effort from the Australian bowlers, I thought. Kane Richardson, 10 overs, no maiden, 2 for 36. James Faulkner was the costliest, 10 overs, 2 maidens, no maidens, 2 for 52. Glenn Maxwell, was the hero of the match. 8 overs, 1 maiden. That particular maiden that he bowled was a double wicket maiden over in the 50th over of the innings. And if to bowl a maiden over in the 50th over of the innings is something which has to be really commended. Glenn Maxwell, 8 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 41. Xavier Doherty, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 54. 2 overs for 7 runs for Stephen Smith. And thus, the one-day series at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi ended with Australia taking the honours and making a clean sweep of Pakistan in this one-day series 3-0. Congratulations to Australia. That really wraps up my cricket show this on a Sunday. Thanks for your company, and and one more thing before I go, I would like to tell you the third one-day international at Vizag, which was going to be played between India and West Indies, has been abandoned due to a cyclonic storm in that particular area. So Vizag is in Andhra Pradesh. As you know, Andhra Pradesh has been experiencing, as you know, there is a cyclone by the name Hudhud moving around, and that's the precise reason. It's unfortunate, but yes. So basically, I would like to tell you that this one-day international series between India and West Indies would be pruned down to just 4 one-day matches. So India would be pretty pleased with that, because no, not pleased. In fact, it is 1-1. So there are 2 more matches to go. So there's still, both the teams are having chances to win the series. Well, dear fans and subscribers, on this note, I would like to conclude my cricket show for today. Thanks for your company and thanks for watching Cricket Happenings. Your host Ram will see you tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye from my studios. Thank you.